Hello guys, welcome to another update. I did a little bit of work this weekend. A lot of it you can't see. It's a lot of background work, I guess you could say. Setting up the physics and deciding on what kind of physics I want to go with. And I'm not really going to be doing it like a Newtonian full physics simulation on the flight controller just because it'll take too much time to build and test. Though I would love to do something like that and try it out. It just take a long time to build and test, and I'm not sure how fun it would be on the controller. So I'm going to go with a velocity controlled flight controller that will have very little drag on it, but it will have like an automatic stabilizer to keep your ship from spinning out of control when it starts to spin out of control. But I do want it to feel like space, so there will be very little drag, and you may notice the little Earth. Where's it over there? The little Earth hanging on the chain there. And what that is I was thinking about in the game that I might want to have, I guess you'd call those like a dongle or something, um, that would hang, and you would get it for achievements. You'd get different items to hang there for achievements, and also it'd be interesting to have stuff that would kind of play into the story and remind you. Uh, like what you lost. Like the Earth will. Spoiler alert: but the Earth is going to be destroyed in the opening scene of the game, and so I thought it'd be cool to have something that kind of reminds you of what you lost, and it kind of is immersive. And then later on, as you get achievements and you finish certain missions, it'll be used as kind of like a trophy uh, display too. And you may notice that it moves around, and so what I was experimenting with is physics and translating the g-force movements onto it so that it moves around in the ship and gives you another sense of motion. Right, so because it's all about the motion that makes you feel like you're really in a spaceship, feeling those forces, even though you're not. It's just an image on a screen. It's all about immersion and all the different things going on. So, in my mind, it also offers another kind of aspect of immersion in the sense of giving you a feeling of motion. Now, I'm still working on it. It does actually collide with the ship there, as you can see, but it's kind of getting hung and stuck up there, and um, it's a little interesting because of I wanted to move and roll with the ship and all that, but I don't want it to get stuck up there. So I want it to have also a force that's always kind of pushing down, and so anyway, so yeah, so it'll roll and do everything the ship is doing later when I get it all worked out, and then it'll basically just fall back down to its normal position. That's the idea, anyway. But yeah, I don't want it to be too much of a distraction, but I want it to be kind of visible. So I may make it a lot smaller, so it's not like in your vision in your way. I just made it kind of big for this demonstration, um, but it's pretty cool. And so I am working on also the physics collision system. Um, Here, I don't get too far away from the station. And because I'm doing a velocity controlled flight controller that doesn't use force as the forward motion, I have to control very carefully the collisions and make sure that I'm not applying velocity on the ship when running into stuff. So here, watch, I'll run straight into the station. That's a demonstration here. And see, what'll happen is the ship is going to slow down really quickly, and I'm going to control the impact so the ship doesn't fly through the collider, right? So yeah, it all gets very complicated. Just dealing with the physics and getting the physics ironed out to where you can bump and collide correctly without getting stuck on things. And I am going to be adding a reverse throttle that'll be a slow reverse throttle speed. So if you do fly into something and you get stuck and you can't get out, then you'll be able to back off of it. And basically it'll be simple. You just use the decelerate key and hold it down until it hits 0, and then it'll go into a reverse mode. That's all I have for you guys right now. I'm just going to continue working on the flight controller, on the physics, on the collisions. I also did an object identity system, which will allow me to set up and track every single object in the environment will have an identity, and that just gives me the ability to just tell, what this object is, what its states are, so I can build an interaction system with many different types of interactions. The first being the collision data, dealing with how a ship deals with the collision with that object, basically. And the object identity system will work with both the AI ships and the player ships to facilitate dealing with these types of interactions between the objects. And you can see there's a Stargate out here, or actually that's a hyperjump gate, my bad. And so the hyperjump gate that's going to go to Mars. After I get the physics system done, I'm going to be moving on to the environment systems and the hyperjump system, and we'll be jumping to Mars as the first hyperjump, which will be a totally separate area in the zone, in the Sol zone. And when you jump to a new area, it will deload all the assets, load up all the new assets. There will be a warp tunnel effect while that transition is happening. And you guys have a very good Monday, and don't work too hard. And with that, I will leave you with, you know what?
I am the fear of all mankind. Nothing will save you. You will all burn.